I want to explain to you the difference and how you can identify if you should be applying through LinkedIn or if you should be applying through another platform and making sure that you have the best chance of success of making into the short list for that position. Or if I had a client of mine interested in this role, I would definitely ask for one of my good connections to have a chat to my client before my client sends the application. So as a career coach, that's kind of, part and parcel of what I offer. I'm Renata Bernarde, a virtual career coach and job hunting expert and creator of the Job Hunting Made Simple online course. Every week I record a live career coaching session where I help you with your career progression. I'm also the host of the Job Hunting podcast, where I interview experts to discuss recruitment, job hunting, and jobs of the future. So make sure you subscribe, follow, and welcome aboard. So today, we are going to talk about applying for jobs on LinkedIn. Okay, so that's the topic of today's coaching. It's going to be really sharp and quick because I really want to make sure that these coaching sessions don't go on for too long and I don't take too much of your time. I feel like everybody's starting to get really, really busy with businesses coming back, and I see my husband having to go back into the office and not really sure if 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time is still a good time for this live session. So comment below, let me know if this is a good time for you. It definitely is perfect for me, except when there are people cutting concrete outside my door. Other than that, it's fine. And we're going to talk about LinkedIn jobs and applying for jobs via LinkedIn or through other methods. We'll reach that topic in a moment, but I just wanted to introduce myself to those that just found me. You might be listening live or you might find this recording later on. My name is Renata Bernarde. I'm a career coach and a job hunting expert. I have an online course called the Job Hunting Made Simple, and I have a series of other services as well that I'm offering. I keep developing different services because I want to democratize career coaching for everyone. It's usually perceived as something quite expensive, and I'm kind of broadening that spectrum of services so that wherever you are and whatever your budget is, you can access me either free via these live coaching sessions or through my paid services. So follow this page, Facebook page or Instagram. Hello, Instagram again. And definitely consider joining my private Facebook group. Today, after this session, after every live coaching session, I step into the private group and I give them a little bit of extra love. That's where I spend most of my time. I don't have a lot of time to spend, on social media. I wish I had more, and sometimes I'm guilty. I spend more than I should. But if I have a little bit of time, that's where I post. That's where I share intelligence. That's where I try to answer questions. So I strongly recommend, if you are job hunting or if you're really keen to develop your career now and plan for a better future for your profession and your career, join that group. And I'll be gifting my new service to my group members in about half an hour. So if I were you, I would join pretty quickly. And I want to encourage you to leave comments on Facebook or on Instagram because I love reading comments. A lot of people private message me, and I understand. If you're job hunting and you have to share some private details about what you're going through, private message me. I understand. But if you feel confident about posting a comment, or if it's an idea or a suggestion that might help other people, something that you have already gone through, leave it in the comments below. I love reading. It really helps me fine-tune my future content and my future live coaching sessions as well. Both the private messages that I get and the comments that you guys leave. And I want to introduce you to my new service. I'm so excited. It's my new service to you. It's a LinkedIn audit. First of all, When I did my LinkedIn audit years ago with this wonderful woman, and it was part of my redundancy package, it wasn't that long ago, maybe 2.5 years ago, I loved it. I freaking loved it. Mind you, I am a LinkedIn early adopter. I've had LinkedIn since 2008. When I was at Monash MBA as a career manager, I hired a guy who came all the way from overseas to come in and talk to leaders in the university to allow us to use LinkedIn more often for MBA and postgraduate students doing business degrees, right? I don't know how old you are, but there was a time when people were really worried about sharing things on LinkedIn and not knowing how to do LinkedIn. Pretty much how we're now coping with Zoom. Like, we don't really know what to do and what not to do with Zoom. LinkedIn was like that 12 years ago, and we hired these experts to say, no, let's use it. It's okay, let's make sure that we do. So I was an early adopter. I freaking love LinkedIn. It is a great tool for networking virtually. We live in a society that until 2 months ago, we had to network virtually and face-to-face. Now, more and more, the network is virtual. LinkedIn is your business card. It's, if you're a professional in the corporate sector, not-for-profit or public sector, you basically have to exist on LinkedIn and have a very great profile that suits your thought leadership, that suits your profession and the sector that you're in. So I want to help, as I've helped before back in 2008, I want to help you fine-tune that message and make it crystal clear, especially if you're job hunting. But it could be that you just want to make sure that it's professional enough, that you're sending the right message for your colleagues, co-workers, and managers, that what you're posting, and then if you're writing articles or posting your LinkedIn, is aligned with your personal brand. So I really want to help you with that. And even personally, even though I know so much about LinkedIn, I have a great connection with LinkedIn, I really benefited from having somebody else look at my stuff, and it's really great to do that because I'm not emotionally attached to it. Hi, peoples. I have a few people follow me on Instagram. I'm not emotionally attached to the information. I can, have somebody else who will have this professional eye on this and also think about my LinkedIn from the perspective of the employer, the hiring manager, what they are looking for, right? So that's really important. It's a marketing piece, really. So would love for you to go to my website. If Estella can add the link she has already done that on Facebook. Thanks, E. The link is on the comment section of my live on Facebook. If you go to my Instagram bio, you will find the link easily anyway. And have a look, check it out, and see if this is an investment that you might be willing to do. I will basically film me looking at your LinkedIn top to bottom, going, at every little detail, and then I will send you the recording, and you can then at your own time review all of my recommendations, all the strengths and the weaknesses that I have found on your LinkedIn profile, areas of improvement, and so on. So, I think it's a great idea for you to consider that, see if you want that now or in the future. Okay, now going back to the topic of the day, and this is not really part of the LinkedIn audit. This is separate. This is applying for jobs using LinkedIn, right? I am intrigued about how people apply for jobs using LinkedIn, and I want to make sure that you, my followers, know how to navigate LinkedIn jobs well to your advantage. So I'm not going to be looking at the camera now because I have a few examples of jobs that I have quickly found this morning on LinkedIn. And I want to explain to you the difference and how you can identify if you should be applying through LinkedIn or if you should be applying through another platform, and making sure that you have the best chance of success of making into the short list for that position. So I have here a job. It's with a government department. Traditionally, government departments would possibly have and promote the jobs they have on LinkedIn, but they would probably have more juice and more information on the government's career website. So I would strongly encourage you to go to the career website, because in Australia, most government jobs require you to submit a cover letter, a resume, and a third piece of document called statement addressing the selection criteria. Now, this is very Aussie. It requires a lot of, it requires special technique and talent and patience to write. It's not an easy document to do. And many websites that require that will have a manual, like a how to write selection criteria statements. Now, some departments have pulled back and modernized themselves and are not asking that anymore. So it's tricky. You have to go and check if it's needed or not, depending on the department. This one here, the department in question, has not required a statement of selection criteria. It's very clear here on the how to apply heading that you need to apply here on LinkedIn on this advertisement, and it should include a resume and a cover letter. That's it. So that's really good. In fact, the selection criteria is not even listed here. Usually they list the selection criteria and you use each of those headings to write your document. I could possibly do another coaching session about that if you guys are interested. But this is Victorian state government, and they have really done quite a lot of improvements and modernized the way that they recruit. They do everything themselves. They don't use brokers. They don't use recruiters anymore for most jobs. So that is one that you can safely and correctly apply on LinkedIn. Moving on. This is another one, and this is a corporate job, and it's with a recruitment company. And then it says something that is a key for you to think twice before applying on LinkedIn. It says here, if this looks like you, please click apply or contact, I'm not going to say the name of the recruiter via the details listed below. Now, this is your cue. You are not going to apply through LinkedIn. You are going to contact this lady, in this case, before applying. This is the key. Now, I'll tell you what, 152 people have already applied to this job. It has been posted very recently. And I'd say 152 people will not be shortlisted, most likely, unless, you're like awesome, outstanding. But what this woman wants is for you to contact her. This is a senior position. It probably has a candidate, what we call a candidate package, which is a 5 to 10 page document that will better explain the organization, the org structure, who you're going to report to, what they want out of this position, the full candidate package. Before you apply, you should read that. It will be important for you to send your best possible application. We're talking here about senior positions, right? So any position that is, look, 180, 200K upwards could have a candidate package. So think about that and do not apply via LinkedIn. Let's open another one. This one here is a one at a bank. I love this one because it's a fairly senior role and it's to be working remotely. This is definitely, I just love where we're going with this. Look, I don't love COVID. I really hate everything about it. I mean, you can see from my accent that I'm not from Australia, I'm from Brazil. Can you imagine? It's going really badly over there. But what it's doing, it's allowing a bank, one of the big banks in Australia, to post a job ad for a senior position for somebody to work remotely. You can work and at this major bank and live in a farm, live in, do a sea change. This is fantastic. Let's see what they're asking at the bottom. Definitely nothing here about how to apply. No names. There are no names of recruiters. It's applying directly with the bank. It's not applying through a broker. So I would say safe to apply via LinkedIn for sure. I would still go to this bank website, to the bank's website, check the career page, check all the information there. Just put things side by side. If you have two screens, check if there's more information on one side than the other. And before you apply on LinkedIn, just double check. I mean, the bank definitely has this position listed under their careers page for sure. Also, check if you can find, this isn't a trick that I'm going to tell you and I give my clients all the time. With the name of this role, you can Google that, you can search for that on LinkedIn and see if you can find who was doing this job previously. You can check if you figure out who your colleagues will be. You can check who you're going to be reporting to. Sometimes it says who it's reporting to, and then you can say by not the name but the title. So you can search for that title of your future manager on LinkedIn, see who that person is. Do your research. Use this opportunity that you're on LinkedIn and do your research, right? So I have within this bank, for example, 20 connections. I used to have way more, but after the Royal Commission here in Australia, a lot of people left. I have some connections, including some people in HR, so I could call them if I was interested in applying for this job, or if I had a client of mine interested in this role, I would definitely ask for one of my good connections to have a chat to my client before my client sends the application. So as a career coach, that's kind of, part and parcel of what I offer. Okay, another one. This one here is in a not-for-profit. It's a great role in a not-for-profit, and it's basically apply directly. Interesting. Doesn't say anything. Doesn't have the name of a headhunter or a recruiter. Oh, no, it does. Sorry, apologies. Here we are. In bold. In bold and in italics. That's sending a message right there and then. You should not apply on LinkedIn. So what they do is they use LinkedIn so that you can find them, so that you know that they're looking for this position. But what they want is for you to contact. They have the name of the person, they have the telephone to discuss. Now, if they have a telephone, you call. Okay? If they have a telephone, you call. If they have a telephone and an email, you call. If you have an email, you email. But if there is a telephone there, the headhunter or recruiter or hiring manager expects that you as a leader will be confident enough to pick up the phone and give them a call and inquire about this position. So ready yourself, read the documentation, try to find out more about the organization, and do about an hour's worth of research. Don't do too much research. Have your resume in front of you and give them a call. Okay? I think it's really important to have that confidence to call headhunters and recruiters. Now, this one has 100 applications on LinkedIn. What have I told you? Those applications are probably not good enough if they applied via LinkedIn. It could be that you will call this person, have a chat to them, and they will say, yes, apply through LinkedIn. My theory is that once you call this woman and you discuss this position, if she likes you as a candidate, she will say, send me an email with your resume and cover letter. That's what I think will happen. Okay? Final one for the day. Another one that is saying, please, applications should be addressed to such and such, talent acquisition lead and made online here. Okay, so there is a name. That's great. Just search that person on LinkedIn immediately. I'm going to do that now. So I'm not going to say who that person is, but I'm going to copy and then I'm going to search and paste. Sorry, there's a camera, this Instagram camera in front of me. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Giovanna. Hello, everyone. I hope you're enjoying this. I hope it's useful for you. Oh, I found the talent acquisition manager. Okay, interesting. You wouldn't be able to know from the job ad, but this person is in Adelaide, so I wonder if this job is in Adelaide. So see, it's good to know, right? If it's not a remote work. Yes. I really like this. So we have 10 mutual connections, this person and I. I don't know her, but we have some great connections. So if a client of mine, we have some great connections. If a client of mine was interested in this job, I think I have a client who could be interested in this job. I would then make this introduction and say, Robert, would you have a minute to chat to my client? She's interested in this position that just came up in your organization, and just thought it would be good for you to have a chat to her. Yeah, knowing Robert really well, I think he would say yes, because he's helped me in the past with similar things. And he's a really good mentor. So that would be great. See what I mean? So this one here is a senior role. It's a head of, which is exactly what one of my clients is looking for. I wonder if she's interested to move to South Australia, or if this is something that could be, based in Melbourne. But that's definitely interesting that the application should be addressed to this person, made online. Oh, look. Sorry, because I'm reading this now. Confidential inquiries are very welcome via email to this person. So that's what you do before you apply. You email this person. Perfect. And I like the idea of the confidential inquiry. That's a great way of putting it, because some people might still have a job and they want to feel comfortable that they're not putting in jeopardy, their current work or situation, and they can trust this person will keep it completely confidential. You would think that happens all the time. It doesn't. I have at times had big discussions with headhunters that contacted me on work emails, for example, to ask if I was interested in a job, and my work email was accessed by an EA who then knew that somebody had contacted me about a job, and I'd rather, that didn't happen. So yeah, some people have no clue, I'll tell you that. Okay, so see what I mean? This is how you decide if you should be applying for jobs via LinkedIn or in some different way, via the website in the organization, or contacting the headhunter, or making sure that you do your due diligence before just sending it on LinkedIn, right? So take your time. And this is very important for more senior roles, I would say middle management onwards, but still worth considering even if you're applying for junior roles. If you're applying for junior roles and the job is advertised here on LinkedIn, but also on the company website, and if there's more information on the company website than on LinkedIn, you should apply on the company website. All right, I hope that this has been helpful to you. Please leave me a comment if it has. And also don't forget to check out my website with the link that Estella has added to the comments, and see my new service, the LinkedIn audit. And I'm about to gift my private Facebook group members 10 LinkedIn audits. So if you are keen to know more about how to apply to get one of those 10 LinkedIn audits for free, hop in 5 minutes. I'll be inside the group and I will be letting you know how to apply for that. It's basically first in, best dressed, but there's a few kind of things that I need from you to make sure that you get your LinkedIn audit done. So if you're not a member of the group yet, make sure that you join, because like I said, there's extra love in there. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thanks for the people on Instagram. Nice to have you there. Hi, Hui. And thanks for Facebook group as well. And remember that you will find this recording on my Facebook group, on IGTV, and on my blog. Bye for now, guys. I hope this session helped you with your job hunting and career plans. Don't forget to follow me, and most importantly, subscribe to the Reset Your Career community so that I can send you my weekly newsletter for job hunters and career enthusiasts, as well as my free tools and extra love. Bye for now, and see you next time.